Step 1, you're going to take number 4 and number 3 and attach it with a number 21 screw. You're going to use your Phillips screwdriver to attach it. Then you're going to take number 1, dot side facing in, and you're going to attach it to 4 using a number 21 screw. You're going to leave these loose for the next step. Put this aside. Step 2, you're going to take number 11. You're going to take number 12. Number 18. And you're going to fasten them all together. You're going to take your servo arm. You're going to make sure the spline is facing away from you. You're going to take the link. Make sure the bump facing out is going to attach to number A, which is number 3 down on the servo arm. You take number 18, slide it through number 12, and attach it to number 11. You're going to tighten this down with a straight screwdriver. You're not going to tighten it all the way, you're going to leave it loose so it can flap up and down. I'm going to put that aside for now. We're going to go to step number 3. Step 3, I'm going to take number 14, servo. You're going to take your assembly A from step 2. And then you're going to take your servo controller, plug it in, hold down the set button, plug in the servo, red light should be flashing, to zero the servo. You zero the servo, put your servo controller aside. You take your assembly now, A, and you put it in perpendicular to the servo. And you'll feel, you push it all the way on until it makes a popping sound. You're going to take number 23, and you're going to tighten down the servo arm to the servo, which is number 14. You tighten that down. And you take number 14 and you grab number 4. You're going to slide the servo in between number 3 and number 1. Seat it in place. Then hold with your 2 fingers them together. And you're going to tighten down number 21 on both, number 3 and number 1. Once those are tightened down firmly, you're going to take 4 number 17s, and you're going to screw them through number 14 onto number 3 and number 1. And tighten it down firmly. All 4 screws. Once that's done, you're going to take number 1, number 2, and you're going to put it onto number 4 and tighten it down to the number 21. And you're going to tighten that down all the way. Till it's snug. Step 3 is complete. We're going to move this off to the side for a moment. And we're going to assemble the eye assembly in step 4. So I'm going to take 5 and 6, 7, 26, 25, and 27. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take the arm, number 7, and you'll see that there are little washers on the top. One side has them, one side does not. So you want that up. And you're going to take number 5, you're going to place it on top of number 7, and you use a number 25 screw, which is a 256. Slide it through number 5, and then you're going to attach it to number 7. You're going to screw it down, and you don't want to go too tight with these. You can strip them. Tighten it down till it's snug, and then you're going to back it off till it's nice and loose, just like that. Repeat the same on the other side with number 6. And number 25. Attach it to the top again where the washer side is. Tighten it down the same way. I use my finger to hold it up. There we go. And I just loosen it till it flops nicely. And then you're going to take number 26, the eye servo horn. You're going to, from the bottom, you're going to slide 27 through A on 26, which is the very last hole. And you're going to tighten that down until 2 threads come out of the top of number 26. And there we have it. This assembly is completed. Slides back and forth and these move. I'm going to put this down for a second. And we're going to go to step 5. We're going to bring back number 4. And now we're going to attach the eye servo. But first what we're going to do is we're going to zero the eye servo. So we're going to take our servo controller again, still plugged in and flashing red. And we're going to zero that servo by just plugging it in. Servo is now zeroed. And put that back. I'm going to take our servo number 15, slide it into the slot on number 4, put it on an angle on the wire side, and you're going to clip it in place. It goes right in, just like that. Let it seat to number 4. And we're going to take 4 number 16 screws and our Phillips screwdriver, and we're going to tighten down through 15 onto number 4. Tighten them down snug. And step 5 is complete. Now we're going to take our assembly that we completed, and we're going to attach it to A and B on number 4. So we're just going to take them, we're going to clip them in place. It takes a little bit of force to push them down. You hear them clip, and they're in place, and they can move back and forth. Then you're going to take number 26, your servo arm. You're going to put it straight up and down like this, and you're going to push it onto the servo until it seats all the way. Then you're going to take number 22. Right here, number 22. And you're going to tighten down the servo horn. Tighten it down snug. Now we're going to move on to step 7. We're going to take our NeoPixels, number 29, we're going to slide it through the outside of number 5. And then you're going to take number 8, and you're going to pop it on top. And it should pop in place. You can do the same on the other side. You're going to take number 29, slide it onto the outside. Position it so that the NeoPixels are up and down. And you're going to take number 9, slide it on top. And you're going to pop it in place. Now that's complete. Now we're going to flip over number 4. And we're going to take number 13, hold it this way, and we're going to clip it into 2 and 3. And you'll hear it clip. Clips in place, and it should be able to swivel back and forth like this. Nicely. Now we're going to take number 19 and 20. And we're going to slide it through your assembly here, and then slide it through number 13. And it should slide through, but if it doesn't slide through at first, you can just twist it and then push it through. You're going to take number 20 and put it onto the back of number 19. And then you're going to take your 1/4-inch wrench and your straight screwdriver. And there's a lock nut, it's going to be tight, and you're going to tighten that down. Not all the way, because you want to leave it that the jaw can move. So you want this nut and bolt machine screw to still spin, so the jaw will move. So you should be able to spin that screw, and you should be able to move the jaw back and forth. If you get to this point, when you have all your assembly together, if you have a head turn kit, you're going to go onto these instructions. So you're going to need 2 small screwdrivers, a 1/8 Allen wrench, and a pair of snips. So the first thing you do, step 1, is you're going to remove, if you have a servo, and you got one with your kit, or you didn't, you have your own, you remove the servo horn by removing the screw at the top with your small screwdriver. Pull off the servo horn, and then you take number 2, the servo hub, spline side down. You're going to slide it onto the servo and clip it into place. And you're going to take your screw you just took out, and you're going to tighten that back down again. So take that, you're going to tighten it back on. There we go, nice and snug. Then you're going to move on to step number 2. Step number 2, you're going to take number 4, servo, the head turn shaft. You notice it's threaded here. And you're going to marry that with number 2. And you're going to take number 5, which are 440 1/4 inch screws. And you're going to put them in there, but you're going to have to switch screwdrivers and go with the smaller screwdriver. So these, your servo will turn, so that'll help you line it up. You're just going to take one of your screws, put it in from the bottom. And you're not going to tighten these, you're just going to put them in a few turns so it's still loose. And there's 4 of them. 1, 2, turn the servo. 3, 4. And just leave it loose, because now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take tool number 13, your alignment tool. This is supplied. You're going to slide it over the head turn shaft, over the hub, and you push it in all the way, and then you're going to tighten one of the screws. You're going to take the alignment tool off, and you're going to make sure it's flush all the way around, which this is, and then you're going to start tightening the other 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Make sure they're nice and snug. And now you're off to step number 3. So step number 3, you're going to take number 7 and number 4 and number 2 in your servo, and you're going to slide that through number 7 all the way on until the servo sits in the top all the way. Then you're going to take 4 number 6 screws. I'm going to turn it this way. So in the back, you're only going to put 2 screws in at this point. I'm going to switch to my bigger screwdriver. And I'm only going to put 2 screws in for now, and you'll see later why. So you're going to tighten these down. You just put them in first, then we'll tighten them in a minute. So slide that in there like that. And tighten, slope those down. And don't tighten them yet. You're going to turn it around. Just have a look at the bottom. You can see the space, the gap between the wall and the hub, and just kind of align that up so you got even distance all the way around. And you're going to tighten down both those screws. Once that's done, you're going to move on to step 4. Step 4, you're going to take your plate, your finished plate, and you're going to take your head turn mount and you're going to slide it through the hole in the middle here. You slide through the hole in the middle. You can slide through the hole in the middle here. Flat side facing to the right. At the bottom here, there are threaded screws, holes, and you're going to put that down. And you're going to take number 8 and number 9. Mine are already together here. As you can see, I have the washer and the screw, and you're going to screw them into the bottom, and you're going to line up the hole and get that screw to go in all the way. And take the second one, line that one up into the hole like that, and then you're going to slide, turn that down all the way, and this should go in nice and smooth because it is a machined part. And you're going to tighten that down all the way. Then you're going to take your, you can do the zip tie before you put that on. It's a little bit easier to do. I'm just doing it this way. So you put the zip tie in through the bottom, like so. like this, and then push it in. There we go. So that's in all the way nicely. And you can do this before you put this on, but it doesn't matter which way you do it. So once that's in, you're ready to go on to the next step, which is step number 5. In step number 5, you're going to install your ServoTalk if you have one. ServoTalk will go with power connector and audio connector facing up. And then you'll put in 2 number 10 screws, which are 440 by 3/8, 440 by quarter, sorry. And you tighten those down. There's 1 and 2. There we go. Once that's tightened down, you're going to want to do your servos next. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take your wires and make them nice and all sorted. And you're going to take, the first one is going to be the mouth. And you're going to plug it into mouth on the ServoTalk. And then you're going to take the jaw, the eyes, and you're going to plug that into eyes. And then you're going to take head turn, and you're going to plug that into head. Once you've done that, you're going to now take your wires and you're going to use your zip tie now. So you're going to tie them down. So you're going to put them in here and just do a loop, 1 loop over, like that. Push them down in there. Do the same with the head turn, make sure it's the same length. Put it in there, do 1 loop over. There you go. Now you can tighten that down. Just put your zip tie through the other side and you pull it down. It takes a minute because the hole's a little smaller, so you got to get it so it's all the way down and all the way tight. There you go. So that's done, and that's in there. And you got nice tension on your, you don't want too much tension on your thing, then you just cut off the excess of the zip tie. Now the next thing you want to do is your NeoPixels, so your eyes. So you're going to take your Y cable, you're going to plug that into your eyes. And so, now here's where your NeoPixel support comes in to play here. So you're going to take your last 2 screws, your 440 by 3/8, and you're going to screw them in to the servo like so. And now you'll see why we do it this way. So then you're going to take your NeoPixel, you're going to plug it into where it says LEDs, like so, like that. And now you're going to take your, so the connectors are what go into the clip here. So you just kind of push in, just kind of line them up and push them in. They're a little bit tight, but they're supposed to be tight so that it doesn't ever come out. So you're just going to line it up like so, and you're just going to push it in, and it'll go all the way in. That's 1. And there's number 2, and you want to make sure when you do this, your wires are out that way and out that way. And this is number 1. There we go. That's that in there. Takes a bit. There we go. And then you hear it clip in. So there you go. Now it's all assembled, all nice and neat and tidy. Now the next thing you're going to do, you're going to take number 12, the coupling, and you're going to install that on the shaft. But first thing you're going to do is you're going to plug in your ServoTalk, let it zero all the servos, and then you're going to, once they're zeroed, you're going to take your shaft your coupling. You're going to slide it onto the shaft like so, halfway down, and then that's when you're going to take your 1/8 Allen key, and you're going to put it in halfway down. You're going to have the set screws facing towards the back. And you're going to tighten that down. And now your head turn assembly is finished. And now you're going to move on to step 10. And that step 10 is going to be installing your skull. Now that that's done, we're going to take number 10, 28, and 2 of number 24. So what we're going to do is make sure that the servo talk is facing the inside, so the connections are facing inside the skull. I'm going to slide 24 through 28 and 10 on both sides. You're going to take your Phillips screwdriver. You're going to attach those 2 screws to B on number 4. You want to line up 10 and 28 just so they're lined up together. And you want to make these, don't go over the edge, but you want to leave room for your mounting. Just line them up, and then you'll tighten these 2 down firmly. And then you're going to take your zip tie, and you're going to pass it through the 2 holes number C. Then you're going to pass your servo wires through number A on number 4. Then you're going to connect them. You're going to connect your mouth to where it says mouth on the servo talk, on the pins, following the colors on the controller. And you're going to take the eyes and put it into eyes. Then you're going to take your Y cable and you connect your NeoPixels. Follow the colors, white to white, and black to black. And you slide it into the connector until it seats all the way. You should have a little click sound. Put that aside for a second. Then you're going to take your servo wires, you're going to fold them into here. Seat them all the way down. Then you're going to take your wires for your NeoPixels. You're going to plug it into where it says LEDs. Follow the color code. And then you're going to tie in these wires as well into your I'm going to tie that down. Make it as neat as you can. Now that's all together. Now you're going to take step 10. You're going to take your skull. And you can see in the skull there are slots and threaded inserts in here, slots. You're going to line up those slots with the sides of number 4. And you're just going to slide it in place. It should just slide right on and clip into place. You can see that it clips into it and seats all the way. Then you're going to take 2 number 31s, put them through A on number 4, and tighten it down. Tighten it till it's snug. It doesn't have to be over tightened. Then you're going to take number 33, which is the back. It has little slots in it as well that go into number 4 here. You're just going to slide that on until it seats together. Then you're going to take your 2 number 34 screws, the last 2 that are left. You're going to attach them through number 33 to B. Tighten these down snug. Do not over tighten them or you will crack the plastic on the back of the skull. Tighten it down snug and check to make sure your fit is nice all the way around. And now your talking skull is complete and ready to go. You just